Want to make your Thanksgiving prep easier? Utilize some of the kitchen appliances you have right in your home. I'm going to show you two ways, one that's more main dish focused and then one that's more side dish focused, to take things that you probably already have in your kitchen that maybe you weren't planning on integrating into your Thanksgiving prep, but it's going to make things a lot easier. So let's start with our turkey. So I'm using a turkey breast here. You could do bone in or bone out. I tend to go boneless because I want more of the meat. And what you want to do is you want to dry it. And a lot of the tips that you learn for Thanksgiving prep, you can definitely incorporate into your normal cooking processes. And if you dry poultry prior to putting on a spice rub, it's going to help you get more of that browning without steaming the bird. So what we're going to do first, this is a citrus slow cooker turkey. So I'm using some lemon pepper seasoning, and I'm just going to put a heaping 2 tablespoons in with some olive oil. What you want to do here is create more of a paste than anything else. So almost like a wet sand consistency is what you're looking for. Put a little bit more in. And this is actually a method that I use. I do it with pork tenderloin on the grill or when I'm roasting it. You could do it with chicken breast. It just creates a really nice coating, but it makes it a lot easier to get that spice on the bird. So then we're going to take the spice and you're just going to do that rub and you're just going to get it all over the bird. Now, what you might see here, if your turkey breast comes with a twine, that twine can be left on the bird. It's a cooking twine. So that's going to help to keep it together, which is nice when it's cooking. So don't worry, you could leave that part on. So we're just going to pack all of that seasoning on. And then I'm going to do a quick rinse. Okay. And then we are going to prep some more of our citrus. So I have an orange here, and we're going to create some slices. And you just want to make them nice and thin. And then we're going to make a couple that are a lot thicker. And you could do this with onion too. Essentially, if you've ever, when you have a slow cooker or you have a pressure cooker, heard of the appliance portion called the trivet. It's this metal thing that you use to pick up something that you're cooking. I like to use fruit and vegetable slices as my trivet. So what you would do is in the slow cooker, you're going to lay the orange slices down that are thicker. You could, again, do this with onions too. And you're going to place the bird on top of that. And then you're going to top it with more citrus. That's going to go into your slow cooker, and you're going to pour about 4 cups of grapefruit juice into the slow cooker. And that's going to be our poaching liquid. So instead of just using a stock, you're going to get this really fragrant juice. And that sweetness from the juice is also going to help to caramelize and brown the bird, which is great. So a lot of delicious flavor that is coming in there. Now, if you are using a pressure cooker, you can do a 3-ish pound turkey breast in about 45 minutes with a 10-minute natural release on pressure, or you could do slow cooker for 4 hours on high, 6 to 8 on low, whatever your preference. After the bird comes out, if you are not putting it back in the oven to brown, you want to make sure you have a thermometer. If you don't have one already, get one for Thermostat. You want your turkey to register at 165, and then you want to let it rest so that all those juices can go back in. And if you watch any of my grilling videos, we talk about this all the time when we grill something, but that temping and then making sure that the temperature is correct and letting it rest is the key to creating a leaner piece of protein that is on the juicier side. So we're going to let the main dish hang for a second. I do have a finished version that is going to come out of my slow cooker in just a second, but we're going to talk about our side dishes. So how are we making that easier? What I did here is I took some foil and I created some buckets for my side dishes. And by doing this, whoops, don't want to spread lemon pepper seasoning everywhere. By doing this, we are going to compartmentalize our side dishes so that way we can season them up in different ways. And as long as we create even cuts with our vegetables, then we can cook things at the same time. And if something is finished first, for example, my Brussels sprouts are a little bit smaller than my sweet potato cubes. Because we did the foil like this, you can just pick them up, take them out, and let them rest. and put the sweet potatoes back in the oven if they need more time. So you're essentially creating multiple trays that don't require any dishwashing, and you can kind of take them in and out. So now we can season them a few different ways. So for my Brussels sprouts, I'm going to do the same lemon pepper seasoning, and I'm just drizzling with olive oil. You could do a little bit of melted butter if you want to on the sweet potatoes. And then I'm just going to take some brown sugar, and we're going to do that. And I have my organic sweet potatoes here from Wholesome Pantry. I'm also using our organic light brown sugar. We always have whatever lifestyle needs that you want to follow. If you want to have a more organic Thanksgiving, if you need to do more gluten-free, we have all of those right at ShopRite. And I'm just taking my giant turkey tongs. Normally I would use smaller tongs, but I have them nearby for turkey. So we're just going to use that. And we're going to toss. And then I'm going to use that same lemon pepper seasoning that I used on the turkey for my Brussels sprouts. So again, a nice, easy way. And this is a smaller sheet pan. You can always get a bigger one and then just make the boats of foil bigger. You are in control of the sizes that you want. And then we have our turkey stuffing here, and I just use a box mix, and I put a little bit of our organic chicken stock on it and let it soak. And then you can add some organic sage, you can add some chopped up celery and onion, but we are going to put that stuffing into our third boat. And that's going to crisp up, and we're going to get a nice browning on the top of that. But if I want to finish off my turkey in the oven, what I can do is put that on top. So that is what we are going to do. Now, if you're going to do this part, you can cook the bird a little bit shy of the 165 because it is going to go back in the oven and you don't want to overcook it. Just make sure that when it's coming out of the oven, it is at that 165. So we're going to take our turkey breast out and let it sit. And then what we can do if you are using that, if you have a multi-cooker, which has the slow cooker function and the pressure cooker function, what you can do is turn the saute function on, and you can let all of that delicious juice boil, and you can create a really nice citrusy sauce in place of a gravy for some of these vegetables. So then you have everything on one sheet pan, and it can go into the oven 350 to 375 degrees until all of your vegetables have browned and you've gotten that browning that you want on the turkey. And like I said, you can take those slots in and out depending on what you need. So yes, Thanksgiving dinner, it can be a lot, but if you utilize some of the equipment that you have already in your kitchen, you can take your everyday staples and make it a little bit easy for you. Make sure to like and follow for more.